Without any more delay, I'll go right to the camera, the microscope, put up the first coin. And here we have a 79 with a mint mark that's somewhat filled in. I've seen folks get excited about that. In my opinion, it's just, could be post mint damage where it kind of was pressed in just by wear. I don't give it too much attention. I've come across quite a few of them. What I look for mostly in my coins is heavy doubling, die clashes, cuds, misalignments. I mean, I look for errors, okay? So if you see slight errors, if you're willing to spend, it costs, about $80 really by the time they ship your coin back. Uh, $50 to $80. If it's worth that for you to spend that to have it graded, by all means do it. I'm not going to have something graded unless, I apologize, I'm getting off a tangent here. I'm not going to get something graded unless I see a major mint error of some sort. Not major, just a mint error that has some value to it. So here's a nice 72D. Put it in the copper pile. 23. Looking for a missing VDB. Any doubling. We have, damage here, PMD. I'm going to go quick on these modern clads because they're a real hot mess, most of them. 75. It's got a little offset from the top there. Nothing to write home about. I don't see any doubling. Again, no doubling. Just nice patina on his reverse. Gonna go to the copper pile. If you're interested, my copper pile I sell on eBay. I sell them for 5-pound lots. I ask $25 for 5 pounds, but I also put them up on auction, so they go for a lot less. The lucky bidders. One is ending today, actually. See, 84. We're gonna weigh this one just to be sure it's not 3 grams, which it's not. Let's see, 1990. No damage on the left, and perfectly lined up with Liberty. It's not from the mint. I seriously doubt it. Even if it was, it doesn't have enough selling value. It's not an eye catcher. So off to the pile. Got a real rowdy looking 14. Won't even give it time of the day. 82. This is an 82 small date. You can tell by the 2 is got more of a curve to it midway, where the large date is straighter. The 2 is also further away from the rim. This can be either copper or zinc. So I'm going to have to throw it on a scale real quick. And this one's 3.1, which is copper. A nice coin for some kid to put in a book one day. 2018. See a little flakes. That I believe those little flakes you see. Let me get my pointer. You see a lot on the more modern coins. I've got Bessie Coleman quarters from the mint, uncirculated, just littered with these little flakes. They are on the coin. I don't know, little shavings. I have no idea what they are, but I believe they were on the planchet prior to the stamping, and just got embedded in the coin. 2018D. No issues. Let you go. got here? 84. Grease issues. That's from a weak layer of clad. We throw it on the scale, and it is a clad coin. What do we have here? 1982. Let's see what we got. Now that's a large date. You can see the two's more straight. I've come across a lot where the bottom area of the two is a little fanned out. I don't know if that's a mint issue or not, but I've seen too many for it to be a rarity. It's not one for me. It's a little off alignment here, but nothing crazy going on. No doubling that I see. On reverse, same thing. I'm going to check if it's copper. Yes, it is. Into the copper pile. 2003. Nothing. Wasting my time on you. Okay, this one's turning out more of the copper coins, pre-82 than the last roll, which is nice. '72, a nice patina. You can see the steps. It's in fine condition. 82. The large date. Nice toning on the reverse. Let's put it on the scale. It is copper, so I'll get a better look at it. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll say, well, if it's a clad coin, the cladding on 82s was actually a better quality clad than later on. So sometimes you get tricked thinking it's a copper coin, and vice versa. Now this one is copper, so I'll give it a little better look. It's got a weak strike, there's haziness going on. The nice coin nonetheless. 82, it does have some deterioration. I believe that's from being in a roll next to a zinc coin, and it bled onto the copper coin just because it was sitting next to it. That's my theory on that. I could be wrong. 2013. It makes sense to me. That zinc is a horrible material. It deteriorates copper, or denigrates it. 81, looking good. This one is no doubt copper. Got a nice patina. It doesn't show up as pinkish. A lot of these coins you got today were just stored for years and years. In bags and what have you, in large lots, and they eventually just rolled them up recently for the coin shortage during COVID. It's my guess, because it seems to be a lot of this vintage, the 80s, 70s, 60s, that are coming up in these rolls in remarkable condition. This coin was very low low circulated for 81. Nice looking coin. That'll be in my 5-pound lots. 83 is the first year, full year, after stand corrected, first full year of zinc pennies. 82, the partial year, partial minting of zinc, half zinc and half copper. We throw it on a scale to be sure. That's 2.5 grams. That's a zinc penny. It's a ratty zinc penny. And here you go, another parking lot coin. Literally run over by cars. So even if it had an issue, the only way this would hold value to me, if there was a major, die clip or something. But for this, looking at this, it's just going into the copper pile. Still worth 2.7 cents. 16, more or less, depending on the price of copper. I don't know why I'm looking at that. That's not getting zoned into a coin, but looking at a piece of garbage. Now this has got a unique finish to it. Very unique. I don't see many of these. It's matted, almost looks like rust. 72. Don't see any issues. And the back, this is common. The finish to it. There's a little bit of a cud by the one. Take a better look at that. See if indeed that is cud. That's basically from overstrike, pushing, or a die break where actual copper gets pushed out into the void. That, or I don't know how else it would happen, but you do see a little bit along the rim by the end. This is the first notable error from this roll here. The value of that cud, you got a little by the U. It's got some staining. You got some hashing with the A. This one's up in the air. I may just it's not significant enough for me to get worked up over. Definitely not going to grade it. I may sell a lot of, a lot of, say, 5 or 10 coins with cut errors. But more appealing to me is this finish on the obverse. It's really, I'm going to have to go to the camera to show you. Explain that. That's to me. Some people may disagree. I got a 68. I'm still in the zoom mode. On these 68s, you got to look for the doubling. I don't see any evidence. check the back. The reverse. Yeah, a little die hashing from the building. And that's it. It's just a nice 68. Let's go into the copper pot. And zoom back out. Focus. Stay focused, Gary. There we go. 2000. Here we want to look for the AM error. In the 2000 you want a wide AM. This one is a close AM. You look at the FG initials. This is my first go-to. If you see that space between the FG and the building, if it's a substantial space, it's going to be a close AM. And of the 2000s, this is not what you're looking for. You're looking for the wide AM that you see on earlier vintage coins. It's not the rarest of the AM errors. I say errors, but variety. It's not the rarest, but it is collectible. You got an 82 large date. Again, you're going to look too hard until we verify it's copper, which I will do now. And it's copper, so it's worth taking a look. Let's see that. Looks like a break on the top, but it could be a scratch. Look at the back. The reverse. Everything looks where it should be. It's right where it should be. I don't think it's a crack. I don't see it in the rim, but it's worth bringing in. Just because sometimes even if you find coins that have no value, selling value for that matter, sometimes the curiosity of figuring out what something is, it takes hold. I can't say for sure. There's a little damage in the rimming, so this could be a PMD. What I'm looking at is up on the top here. There's a little indent in the rim. That's probably a nick or a scratch. Not worth it to have it even graded or even try to pass it off as something significant, because it really isn't. If you do sell coins, you want a reputation of selling good stuff, not garbage or what ifs. I mean, it could be. No, you really don't want that. Some sellers on eBay that their prestige is way up there. They only sell good stuff, and clearly, without a doubt, it's quality. It's a quality coin. I think you know who I'm talking about. Roll hunting is fun. It could be profitable if you find a good coin, but I think it's mostly fun. 69D. I'll flip this one over. Yep, no floating roof. And when I look at floating roofs, the FG is there. It's just an average circulated 69. We got 22, EDB, will look like garbage very soon. I'm not, anyone collects these modern zinc pennies, I mean, well, go for it. Uh, I just hate the thought of this stuff rotting away. That's me. I'll still look at them. Like I said, if I had a major, like a die spin, or where you have a serious doubling or clipping of the coin, that no matter what, how deteriorated the coin gets, that will always be visible, which draws attention and makes it desirable. Other than that, you want to see a little cud like by the R. That's a cud. That's that little debris on the planchet I was talking about. Uh, I have my theories of why a lot of these modern coins have that. You see a lot on the quarters, all the coins. They all have. It looks like somebody didn't clean the coin. Well, my theory is that they just cut back on processing. The cost of making them, because coins. This coin right here, with a zinc clad, costs twice as much as the coin is worth to make it. So they had to cut back on the cleaning, the whatever. Almost 3 times as much to make the coin. So they had to cut back. That's a good old government for you. That's my theory. So they don't really wash the planchets that much, or they actually skip the whole process. I don't know. I was not there, but it's clear. And you can go look at the Philadelphia minted coin. A good example is the Jovita Edar quarter. The Philly mint. The coins are littered with debris. You go to the Denver mint, and you might find 1 or 2 in the whole bag. I bought 100 bags of Philly, 100 quarters bag, uncirculated, and 100 from Denver. Denver by far was a better quality coin because it had less of that damage, that debris. Yeah, technically, it's mint era. They didn't clean the coin, but was it something done during the stamping of the coin? No, it's because they just didn't clean it. Is it an error? Technically, yeah. Sometimes those the shavings and the cuds that come out from that debris are quite large. One that's drawing attention is the Bessie Coleman quarter with the airplane. Has a very large cut area by the wing and underside of the plane. Drawing attention. Just seems to be the spot where this ends up during the press. I've seen them all over those coins. I list 1 or 2 on eBay. Nobody really wants them. I mean, unless it's like on the tip of George's nose or something. The Drooling George. That's one of my favorite. Drooling George. When they first were found, the coins they got a few bucks out. They had some value, but as time goes on, there's a lot more Drooling Georges out there. Which, the spitting horse, that one. I don't know why that cut or the debris ends up in the same area. Must be the way the coin is moving. I have no idea. Or it's in the die, it became permanent. I have no idea. If it was actually a die break or a worn die, That's different. I'm talking about the cuds and the debris and the little shavings you see everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. Older coins, you don't see it as much. If you do see it, then it becomes a substantial error. Here's an 84, throw it on a scale, 2.5, no good. Though 84 is a year past the transition, I saw lately that an 89 came up as copper. And 89, I believe, I could be wrong, I think it was over $3,000 for the coin. Ungraded. So, just got to keep that in mind. I don't know how many are out there. I don't know how many 83 coppers are out there. Or 82D small dates. They say what, there's 4 of them? Let's see who's going to find the 4th one. I don't know. Maybe there's 40 out there. Still in rolls. I don't know. There's an issue with George's hair. What that is. Some shadowing on a zinc penny. I'll take a better look at it. It's just a nice clean strike. Sometimes you get that. So you get the patina finish. It shows up a little better. And I'll look at this one. It held up well. Any little issue is just gonna. It's really not worth it. Unless again it was a double die or something. I don't know. If you disagree, you can disagree. If I found a nice, die spin, a double die, yeah, I'd hold on to it, seal it up, cross my fingers, get rid of it. I heard a story. Somebody, they spent like 10 grand on a coin, a zinc coin, beautiful, mint state, MS68. And a couple months or a year later, the coin started getting the cancer, the zinc spots, and the coin immediately dropped to nothing, basically nothing. I think it's $50, from $10,000 to $50. It's because that deterioration came along. It's 78, a little ratty, but not bad. In the copper area. And yeah, you don't want to see that happen. Unless the guy's a jerk and you say, good for you. But why bother with it? I'm really just. I've been around coins for a long time, and I've seen they got back in Indian head days, they got the bronze penny. What was it, 1862? I could be wrong. I think I'm off a year. 1863, 84, 64. It was bronze. It was thicker. It's a beautiful coin. I have one. You look at the finish of that bronze coin, and bronze is basically a composite of copper and brass, and the coin's a bit thicker. I don't know why they did it. I think it was they're trying to save on copper. I don't know, but nonetheless, it's out there. It's a beautiful coin. And you got the 43 steel pennies. I mean, it was a necessity thing for the war, but honestly, the steel pennies today are highly sought after, even by a casual collector. And you got mint errors on 43 steel pennies. Some can fetch quite little handsome bidding. And why they don't make them again now, especially with this clad issue, I'm all in. They say, we're going to make them out of steel now. We're going to stop this crazy nonsense. I'll be cheering. Other than steel, I don't know what would be a cheaper metal. Maybe aluminum. But aluminum just, then you look like a foreign coin. It looks like garbage. And they do have aluminum errors, which is supposedly illegal to own. Uh, when they made them, I forget the year, 74 maybe. They made them, and the pushback was so severe about the coin looking like a plastic, looked like a toy or foreign garbage, that they ordered all the coins destroyed, and possession of any is illegal. U.S. tender still, they still have legal issues about defacing or possession of something you shouldn't have. 88. This is a clad coin. Well, let's check it. Because the one that came up copper was a 89. I'm gonna check it. 2.5. Nope. Always check if they just feel a little. You really can't feel the difference in a weight. Half a gram. You just kind of get the feeling like it has a little heavier thud when you lay it down. When you drop it on the table, a little different ring to it. Throw it on a scale. I take anything. This one you can see the zinc coming through the wear of the clad, but I'm gonna throw it on a scale anyway. 2.6. Because you never know. I mean, the person that found the 89 copper probably wasn't expecting it. And speaking of 89, this one's got that weak edging. If this was copper, I'd seriously doubt it, but even showing zinc through the finish, through the cladding. This cladding is almost all deteriorated. That's how thin it was. But even a solid zinc coin would be better than a zinc clad coated with copper deterioration. I don't know how they hold up. Maybe that's an option. Do a zinc alloy. I'm going to throw this one on the scale. 2.5. I'm not paying it too much attention here. 89. We're going to let that one go. But it held up. 2,000. Alright, we're going to look for that wide AM. No, they're touching. And FG is off the building. That one's gone. Maybe you'll clean up someday. Go to Coin Rehab. 79. There's a nice brownie. Yeah. I like to call these chocolate. They look like chocolate. No issues. Definitely worth a closer look. You had a little doubling or some kind of odd place to cut or crack. On a coin like this, it's worth it. You don't really even need to get it graded if it's a obvious cut. I wouldn't even bother, but if it's something that real big cut or something substantial, grading would be a good option. You may end up just doing a wash, break even on it, give it all to PSG, whatever, and NGC, PSEG. Nothing there. Just about done here. 1980. I'm gonna have to pause. No, I'm back. Nobody at the door. 1980. It's got a coin bleed from the adjacent coin. Zinc. It could be damage from circulation. It's a shame. It's an ugly spot. I will give it a good look over. Again, on these 80s, the doubling of the date is something you want to watch out for. Let that one go. A few more left. 72. And rich detail. George has got a little goatee. Dirt. Nice solid strike on this coin. I like seeing that. Yeah, no hashing going up on the states at all. This coin was well made. If you could appreciate, proof coins when the strikes are really clean. If you got a circulated version that has a proof-like strike, it's nice to see. Let's say it is a proof strike. It's proof-like. A lot of detail, crisp, deep detail. You got that bottle cap edging on this starting. This is actually a really nice coin, other than the little darkness of the hair area. It's just a nice coin. Is it valuable? No. If it was a 72S that was struck as proof and ended up circulated, even that would not have a lot of value to it. Actually, I would give this one more value than that, because this one held up really well and was minted really nice. So actually, I may put this one aside just because it's a really nice specimen. Other than that area in the hair, but if you look at the typical area of Lincoln Pennies with the strike issue with the hashing up on the top, you really don't see any at all. See a little slight on the E, S on the letters themselves, but nothing compared to what you normally see in a regular coin. This also has a nice defined stairs. You can see. So this, in my opinion, this is a very fine coin. Other than the staining, that toning of the copper against the field, in my opinion, is desirable as well. So this one's going to be put aside as a noticeable. If you agree, let me know. If not, let me know. I do hold coins simply for how they look. It has curbside appeal. If that makes sense to you, let me know. If not, you think I'm weird, let me know. And we all have reasons. It's like looking at a car. Look at the lines of a car. The toning, the old cars that the paint wears off, and they actually polish them up to keep the old look. Something going on with this state. I know it's a clad coin. Could be an issue with the reflection. Almost looks like a number underneath that 3, but no doubt it's a woody effect. Could be a planchet issue, but nothing to me that's going to put this coin over the top. Again, mostly because it's a zinc plated penny. I'll tell you, I just don't find any, unless it's a serious doubling or what have you, but you got little, it could be, it's not. Or maybe if it is, it's not going to be worth anything. I guarantee you that cancer on this coin will be halfway across it in what number of months or years. I want my coin to look like it did 100 years from now. Like the coins that are 100 years old now. Silver, copper, what have you. You protect them, they're going to stay looking like that forever. Or until, But this cancer, this zinc cladded, copper cladded coins, I just shake my head. I haven't been in the active coin collecting for a number of years. Maybe I got turned off because of when they came out with zinc coated coins. I know they had the nickel coated quarters. The dimes when they went in '65, they had the clad coins. They were a disappointment too, but not as bad as the copper with the zinc. It's just the quality